Yo, what's the deal, good people? It's your boy, Biggie Astrology, Eric Taylor, and I'm back with Juno house series, and this is Juno in the seventh house, Siete's house, Siete's house. Yeah, so we're gonna break down Juno and the seventh house, and then put the pieces, puzzles together, so you comprehend. You know what I'm saying? So, what is Juno? Juno is the asteroid for long-term relationships, commitments, and marriage. It has a Libra and a Scorpio, little je ne sais quoi feel to it. So it's about that life, about that relationship, love. This is Jupiter's wife. Juno is the asteroid in Greek mythology. Okay, so it's pretty serious, and it's something that I use in a synastry compatibility chart and in a mini love chart reading to really break down deeper the type of person that you can meet. Now, we're looking at the seventh house today. So the sign, though, would flavor it. So let's say it's Gemini. This means, right, it's like a double entendre because the seventh house is relationships, marriage, contracts, negotiations, partnerships, open enemies, the courthouse. Right? It's also the scales of justice, but the scales of the marketplace, right? And measuring the sun, judging the sun when it passes over in Libra, for it dies in winter in Sag, right? So understand the seventh house is also sales and marketing and shopping as well, okay? It can be the second child, the skills of the first child, yada, yada, yada. And sometimes you can see fame there. So Juno in the seventh house, and like I was saying, so let's say if you have Gemini there, you could potentially be in a long-term committed relationship or marriage with a Gemini sun, moon, rising. If it's Taurus, sun, moon, rising, Pisces, sun, moon, rising. You get it? You got it? So let's break it down. Okay? So having Juno in the seventh house, this means that potentially your partner or spouse could be someone you work with or get into business with. You could actually meet them in a courthouse, or you can meet them when you're sort of out and about shopping, right? Or when you are signing a contract. Let's say you're going to buy health insurance, life insurance, or you could literally be, purchasing a cell phone, all these different things, signing a lease to an apartment, right? You could fall in love with your realtor. Or it could be someone that does property management, right? You could potentially get into a committed relationship with someone that is a relationship coach or a marriage counselor, or actually a lawyer or even a paralegal. They could work in the courthouse, not like in a prison, but they're just in a court. So like a bailiff, the court reporter, paralegal, lawyer, things like that. You can also, because it is Juno there in the seventh house, it could be a friend first that you fall in love with, right? Now, because there's open enemies, it's not saying that this partner is going to become an enemy, but depending on the placements, they could have been an enemy from a past life on another dimension. But usually, if you have Juno in the seventh house, whatever that sign is, it's doubly speaking to, for example, right? If you have Scorpio here and you're a Taurus rising, chances are you should get with a Scorpio sun, moon, rising. That would be really good for you for the long-term commitment in marriage. Okay? Certain aspects here. If you have Saturn here, chances are you should get married after 32, 30 years old. If you get married before with Juno, Saturn in the seventh house, it can wind up in divorce. Mars, this could be the open enemy, and they argue and fight, things like that. But whatever the sign is, you have to consider that this is someone that you can have a successful partnership with, whether it's for business or you both do the same career, okay? There can be situations where this is someone that you even marry twice, okay? But when you have the Juno in the seventh house, there's an extra emphasis on this sign and the type of person it is. Okay. And, you may start off getting married, and then as the years go on, you wind up starting to do business together. That can very well play out. It's really a fascinating placement, right? So if Taurus is here, they may be a good cook, a good chef, into gardening, things around real estate or property. Cancer could be a teacher, a realtor, a therapist, all right? Capricorn here, you can marry someone that's maybe potentially Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, that's older than you, more mature, or that you build a business together. Aquarius, they could be in the IT and technology and science, or be a professional astrologer. Okay? So having Juno in the seventh house is really, it's a nice placement, and you could see, sorry, just trying to get this together here. But, one thing you can also notice, let's say if you're a woman looking to marry a man, look at the aspect that this Juno in the seventh house is making to the Jupiter. And for the man, marry a woman to the aspect of the Juno to the Venus. And that will tell more themes of the potential relationship, long-term relationship, commitment, or marriage. All right. I think one thing that you'll find is that you'll enjoy spending time with this person. You know how some couples, they're married or they're in a long-term relationship, but they hardly ever see each other. When you have Juno in the seventh house, like you just naturally want to be around your significant other or spouse or long-term relationship partner all the time. Like, it doesn't bother you. You probably have a good friendship. You love spending time together. You can hang out and relate with one another. It just flows easily, like water. Okay? You have Sagittarius here. You want to go on trips and travel and learn and study together. Even religious practices, Pisces, spiritual practices together. Okay? So Juno in the seventh house, it's pretty straightforward, The aspects will be important, but I think the key for you is to understand that, not only can you meet in a multitude of places, like I said, shopping or signing contracts for things or negotiating or even through a lawyer's office, but you can definitely have this very strong friendship and commitment to one another. It can be very long lasting. It's a forever type of love. Juno in the seventh house. If it was Virgo, maybe, they could be into health, right? A nutritionist, a nurse, Aries, Scorpio, maybe a doctor. Capricorn could be a dentist. But I think the main thing that you want to think about is that, let's say if one of the people you get married, but they're getting married for the second time, this is your first marriage, they may have a child. So there may be that pull to have a second child together, So that's what also you can see with Juno here in the seventh house, Let's say you're a man and you're marrying a woman and she already has a kid, but you're going to be like very committed to not just the kid and her, but having a second child together. All right. You can definitely see that play out. And, and I mean, hey, you could also reach some level of success or fame together, Juno, and you want to see what else is aspecting it, If it's, Mars or the North Node or Pluto, it could be, in a conjunction, it could be a little troublesome, baby. It could be a little challenging, you know what I'm saying? But Saturn or Venus or Jupiter, Sun, Moon could be pretty good. But Juno in the seventh house, it's a good love. It's a good relationship, a good commitment. And you definitely, will have that like partnership to engage in life events together, and shopping or exploring or building things together, signing deals together. You get married and you buy a house together, things like that. Okay? So, hit me up. My Virgo birth chart sale still rocking till September 22nd. It's either $95 or $205. Live chart reading over Zoom, 60 minutes. You get the recording, videos of your planetary placements, $95, down from $125. You can't beat it, Virgos. And that's for the Virgo sun, moon, and rising. And then the custom video summary, mini movie of your life, 40 to 50 minutes, plus audio transits of current and future transits and videos of your planetary placements, normally $260. For you, Virgo? For you, Virgo? $205. That's how I love myself and my fellow Virgos. Sun, moon, I'm a Virgo sun. But the ascendant and the moon, oh man, I got a sun with the Virgo moon and a sun with the Virgo rising. So I got love for yeah. You understand? And I have a lot of insight to it too. I know the sign of Virgo inside and out. All right. So Juno in the 7th house, holla at your boy, hit me up. Please subscribe and follow. Follow me on the YouTube, Biggie Astrology, on the IG, Biggie Astrology. TikTok, I think it's still tailored to astrology, but I'm changing it to Biggie Astrology. My Patreon's Biggie Astrology, $5 or $10 a month. On Twitter, it's at Big3 Astrology or Tailored to See. I'll be changing that soon. But just, subscribe, share, like, but comment down below. What sign do you have in the 7th house? Okay, your descendant. The 7th house is like a double-sided mirror. It's you in relationship to others. Okay? And so there's a lot of reflecting back. So whatever sign is here, plus the Juno's here, yeah, you want to get with somebody that has that, like, let's say it's Libra rising, Aries, Sun, Moon rising. Your partner should have one of those placements. It just makes life easier, I promise you. Okay? So that's it. Enjoy the rest of Virgo season, and happy September. All right? Yeah, my birthday's coming soon. September's in the house and football starting. I'm happy. Juno on the 7th house. I'm a happy man. All right, Big E Astrology, and thank you for watching me break down Juno, the asteroid for long-term relationships, commitment, and marriage in Siete's house, the 7th house. All right? Peace.